If you're waking up with back pain to the point where you have that stiffness, maybe you even got the sciatic type of pain, so it's rolling down your leg, or you're just noticing that you're getting out of bed and it's going to take you a while before you start feeling better, then you might have arthritis in your low back, you can have disc problems, and this video is for you. I'm Dr. Matthew Posa. Welcome to my page. My page is dedicated to people and families with health tips and tricks so you can live the life you were designed to live. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this information with the people we know need it the most. Your spine goes through a ton of stress from the day in and day out things that we do. It could be work, it could be posture, it could be accidents, just name it. But what happens is your low back, so this green section that protects all these discs. Well, if they're constantly loaded, if they're constantly put in a bad position, at night when you're sleeping, your body is trying to heal that. And that inflammation that builds up in the disc, in the joints, is there to heal you, but that's what you're gonna feel when you get up in the morning. And so there's a few things that you can do at home that's gonna help with de-stressing your spine, getting that mobility back, but allowing your body to heal even better. And when I say healing, we're talking about the discs, we're talking about the joints in the back, the facets, and the other area that we're looking at is making sure that there's no nerve pressure that ultimately can be the reason why you're getting the sciatica or the leg pains, the numbness and tingling into the legs. It could be just the stiffness, just the range of motion, mobility issues, you name it, it all comes from this. So we're gonna go through 3 things that you could do at home that are easy exercises that's gonna help not only make sure that this area is healing better, but you're gonna regain some mobility, some strength, and be able to stop this from reoccurring. The first exercise we're gonna do is spinal twists. Now, this one is something that you can do as soon as you get out of bed. So the moment you get out of bed, and there's a way that you wanna get out of bed. So if this is your bed and you're laying down like this, the best way to get out of your bed, not to disrupt your spine, because a lot of people will kind of do that type of thing, or who knows what they're doing in the morning. But what you want to do is you want to roll onto one side. So you're completely on one side, and then all you're going to do is use this one arm here to prop yourself up as your feet come off. So your feet coming off the bed are going to traction your spine, and then all you're going to do is push yourself up where you can sit. So this is the best way to get out of bed, not to disrupt your spine. And then once you're up, what I would do is 20 rotations. Now, the older you get, the more you can do. So if you're in your 60s, then you could do about 30 to 40 of these rotations. But what you want to do is make sure your legs are firmly planted to the floor, that you're shoulder width apart. And I like to do it where my hands are interlocked, and then all I'm doing is twisting to one side and I'm rotating through the pelvis. So I'm not just rotating the top and trying to keep this level. What I'm gonna do is rotate through it, and I'm gonna turn a little bit through my legs to dissipate that tension. So as I'm turning, it's elbow back, and then I'm going to the other side. And then what we're looking for is a nice, easy side to side motion. And as you're doing this motion, especially if you're noticing that you got a lot of the stiffness in the low back, that the joints don't want to move, well, the more you do this, your back muscles are going to start warming up. Your discs are going to start bringing in more water, so they're going to plump up. And even better is all the facets that are the guides of the spine, the bones themselves. If they become irritated, that movement is going to nice fuel that actually helps them to heal. So you want to get nice, easy movement through that area, which is going to be extremely helpful. This next exercise is more of a mobility generator, and all you're going to do is as you're laying down, so this is something you can do when you're in bed. You can do this before bed too, but generally when you're waking up in the morning and you got that stiffness, and that's that instant that you wake up, you maybe have the pain, whatever the case is, what you want to do is you're going to lay on your back, so you're just waking up. You're going to bring both knees up, and you want to put your feet together so your feet are touching. And all you're going to do, so if you're on a bed, you don't have to worry about this, but on this table I do. So I'm gonna put my hands here, but you can put your hands anywhere you want. And all you're doing is you're rotating from side to side. But the key here is that you're letting the knees fall to one side. You're gonna feel that stretch on the opposite side. So if my knees go to the left, you're gonna feel it on the right and vice versa. Now, as you're doing this again in a nice, easy, rhythmic motion. You're not trying to throw your legs over to one side and create like a pop. You're not trying to over twist in the back. All you're doing is waking up your back. So it's nice, easy, side to side. Go with what you can tolerate. And you're simply just moving side to side. Again, the goal here is that your discs are becoming rehydrated. The joints are allowed to start moving again. And so that way, when you do finally get up and you bring your legs over and you make that first leap, you're gonna notice that your range and your mobility is already a ton better because the muscles have woken up. The discs are now in a better shape because they've drawn in more water from sleeping. And then the other thing is that you're reducing the inflammation that's present, so you've dispersed it. So you should notice that your range of motion is right away a ton better. And this last exercise that I'm going to give you is a glute exercise. And the reason why we're doing the glutes is because your glutes are extremely important in stabilizing your spine. They are extensors. So if you squeeze your butt hard enough, you'll notice that your torso comes up. So these are extensors, and that's really good for maintaining a really good, strong low back. Now what happens is most people, as they work all day, they sit down, they do not use their glutes as much. And over time, we've seen that as people adopt these lifestyles, then the glutes are no longer working and they're getting a ton more low back pain. So what we want to do is stabilize that. So there's a couple ways of doing this. So if you're older, I just recommend that you grab a chair. So you grab a chair and you're just going to put your body facing one way and you're going to do kickbacks. So a kickback means that your leg is not coming to the side, you're not moving it in any weird direction. You want to be firmly planted. So in this case, we're going to do your left foot is firmly planted on the ground, your knee is slightly bent, you're holding onto the chair for stability, and you're just pushing back, holding for a few seconds, 2 seconds, and then back down. And then push back, hold for a few seconds, back down. So again, you're just pushing out. And those are kickbacks. So you would do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other side, just pushing back and letting go, pushing back. Now, when you're pushing back, you want to squeeze with your bum. So you want your bum to squeeze, and that's going to activate your glute muscles to make them a lot stronger. So you would do 10 on one side, 10 on the other, and you will repeat that 3 times. So it would be 3 sets of that. If you want to upgrade from that, you want to do something a little bit more intensive, there is the glute bridges. So a glute bridge, very simple, is you go on your back. I would do this on the floor. You would put your feet on the floor, hands by your side, and you're going to lift your pelvis up. So as you lift your pelvis up, you're squeezing your bum, holding that for 2 seconds, and then bringing it back down, just letting it touch the ground and then back up. 2 seconds, holding, and then back down. It's just touching the ground and then back up. And you just keep repeating that. Again, that would be 3 sets of 10. And if you really want to up your game, you really want to get into some strength and really making sure that these guys are firing on all cylinders, then what you want to do is the bird dog. So the bird dog is when you're on all fours, and you've seen this in a few of my other videos before, but you're on all fours. As one arm comes up, the opposite leg comes back and you're lifting. So it's this way, like this, and then back down. I like to just graze, so my foot is grazing against the ground as I lift, and then back, because I don't want my leg to come to the side. I don't want it to do these weird twists and stuff like that. I want it to be fairly neutral. So if I'm doing this one, I'm neutral like this, and then back down, and then I'm switching to the other side, and then back down. And I treat that as a regular exercise. So it'd be, 10 on one side, 10 on the other, and I would be doing that 3 sets of that. So those are the 3 things that I would do if I had low back pain, if I have arthritis, disc pain. You got the sciatica type pain rolling down your legs, especially if you notice that stiffness in the morning, the moment that you try to get out of bed. Start by how you get out of bed. So that's that first point that I made. Then the number 2 thing would be to make sure that you could do those knee side to side, those wipers, the standing twists rhythmically, you're doing that. And then the last one is activate those glutes. And so you can, and there's 3 different levels to that, depending on your age and depending on your level of comfort. Go ahead, give those a try. You're more than welcome to leave a comment or a question down below. I always do my best to answer those. And until next time, make it a great day.